Hey, what's up? Thanks for tuning in to Hot Travels. This is your boy Hot. We're about to get into another banger. Alright, you see the video playing in the background. You already know who she is, but in case you've been living under a rock, that's Filipina P in his house. Alright, so she's doing this thing. She's been doing it for a while where she reads people emails and she gives them advice. And I thought this was quite interesting. So let's give this one a watch.
Our next email comes from Benjamin in Idaho, who says, P, I have to tell you this. You sort of had a hand in my meeting online a very nice Filipina from a province. She's been subscribed to your YouTube channel for a couple years, and she read a comment I left on one of your videos and replied. We got to talking and found out we have many of the same goals, but I didn't mention everything I was looking for. I did this on purpose, not only because it's a sensitive subject, but because I didn't want her to just say opo to whatever I said just to try to fit the mold. Opo means yes, okay, and when a Filipino is trying to get you interested, sometimes she'll just say yes to whatever you say you're looking for. It's really off to a good start and has many of the signs of something long-term, but there's still so much to be explored. And here's where I get to my question. I almost hesitate to ask you, P. Oh, don't worry about it. I think I've heard it all. How do I find out if she's into certain things in bed before I invest my whole heart into the relationship? I want to be sure we're compatible in that department. And there are certain activities that are important to me, things I don't want to give up. In particular, bondage and such. Bondage and such? What's the such part? I'm afraid before I can answer you, I'll need a full description of exactly what you're talking about, as well as a video demonstration. Come on, man! Western women will openly talk with their partner about stuff like that, but I don't want to scare her away prematurely or make her think I'm some kind of a pervert. I know that Filipinos are more traditional and conservative, and since she's from the province, I'm just not sure of the best way to bring up the subject. Thank you for everything you do. Be safe, Benjamin. Okay, this is a sticky one with a lot of possible answers, but since I'm a provincial Filipino myself, I guess I'm a pretty good person to ask. You're right about one thing though. If you bring it up at the wrong time or the wrong way, you might get a bad reaction. It really just depends on the individual person. When you confront an average Filipina with something unknown or something she regards as scary, her first reaction will be to back away from it. We're not the most adventurous people, and when it comes to the sex department, that becomes even more apparent, at least at first. Regarding things like bondage, very few of us have any experience with it. That's just not something we would have encountered before. When you live in a bamboo shack with your grandma sleeping beside you, it's hard to find an opportunity to pull out the ropes and handcuffs. She probably won't even know what you're talking about, so you might have to look for clues before you drop the bomb. Now, you didn't say how long you've been chatting, so I don't know if you've even discussed the topic of sex, but I'm sure that the subject is going to be introduced before too long. If you don't want to tip your hand yet, why not start out by asking what her fantasies are? Don't be surprised if she claims she doesn't have any, either because she's too shy to talk about it, or because she really doesn't have any yet. Ask her if the thought of getting caught in the act excites her. Ask about costumes and role play, and then slip in a little question about being restrained. You should be able to tell from her reaction how much of a daredevil she is, and hopefully you can build on that. Now, if it's something you can't do without, and as I've said before, a man never gives up his desires easily, then it's only fair to let her know at some point what you have in mind. If you get a strong negative response, then there's your answer. It'll be up to you to decide where you go from there. The good news is that Filipinos are not as prudish as you might think. We just need to feel safe enough to entertain new ideas. I wish you both the best. And don't forget to send that demonstration video.
Yo, it's an interesting video. And the crazy thing is, before I even really get into it, make sure you follow Filipina P. I don't think I mentioned that. I mean, if you're not already following her, you should follow her. She has a lot of great videos about the Philippines. She was one of my sources for, how Filipinas are, before I came over here, and how I go about finding a good Filipina to marry and settle down and everything. Now that that's all said, yo, I heard that a lot, that that Thailand women, Thai women are the freaky ones, and Filipino women are the ones that's more conservative and not really into a whole lot of freaky stuff, I guess you can say. But I don't know. I think since I'm older than I look. I've been around the block. I know how to lead a woman into the things that I like, and I guess it's just all a matter of how you go about doing it. Trying to keep it as PG as possible. How you go about doing things. And I honestly haven't had a problem with in that department. I always been able to. You know some of the things he's talking about, I'm into. So, if thinking that, you might want to go to Thailand instead of coming to the Philippines kind of thing, and if that's your deciding factor, I'm telling you right now, it's really not that much of a difference in that department per se. I will say that, and I'm telling you from experience, not just from opinion. I feel Filipino women are more family oriented, more into caring for you deeply and making sure that you're happy, they're happy, the family's happy. Versus Thai women, which has been my experience and many other guys that hopefully I can get them to get brave enough to do interviews. Experts that I met that will tell you, they're all about the money. Like it's like a contract with them, and I wasn't with it. That's why I was out. I was like, I gotta go. I searched a lot of different areas, and I'm like, okay, y'all seem to all be this way. All right, let me go back to the Philippines. So, if you plan on coming this way to the Philippines, that is, or the east side in general, I should say, and you are looking to settle down and be a family man, Philippines is where you want to go. And on that subject, I see a lot of videos where both sides of the fence. Um, some guys come here and they're like, oh, I want to be a family man, settle down, but then wind up cheating and being a player and getting in trouble and wind up not having no girl and wind up going back to their country with their tail between their legs. And then some men come here and they have no luck with no women, and they wind up going back with their tail between their legs and make videos about it, like, oh, Philippines suck, da da da. Look, I'm telling you right now, Philippines ain't like what it used to be. It's not. Back, you could say when the pandemic happened, there was still foreigners here, but it wasn't like a lot. So, women here was like, oh, foreigners, oh, okay, cool. But now there's so many, they're gonna go for.
Hi, today we will talk about Christian Filipina.
Cause I have to be honest with you, we always ask, how do we meet? And we always gotta say, on Christian
Christian
Filipina.
Filipina.
So, Christian Filipina, in case you didn't know, is this awesome dating service. And let me tell you, I tried a lot in my day, and there's nothing like Christian Filipina. There's literally second to none. The security features, the options, the choices you have on there. Like, I like them and slim. I like them short. Hey, you might like them thick. You might like them tall. It don't matter with Christian Filipina. You tell them exactly the type of woman you want, and they'll show you only women in that category. Whereas other dating services that I noticed will show you all the women they have. And now you gotta filter through all the bunch of women that you do not find attractive at all to get to the women that you do find attractive. Versus Christian Filipina will go through your checklist and will only show you women that fit your preferred features they have on Christian Filipina. I can't say it enough. It's second to none. They filter through everything to make sure the girls are not trying to hustle you, not trying to scam you. On top of that, they have video chat features within the service itself. So, and again, the security features in that, just to make sure they're not trying to ask money from you or anything like that. The Christian Filipina service is all about keeping you safe and secure, as well as helping you find your ideal soulmate. There's a link under this video, and if you go to my page, there's a link underneath my picture. Your choice, but I advise you to click the link.
So, what are you waiting for? Click the link now and find your soulmate. Bye bye.
The good looking ones versus, the old wrinkly turkey neck having ones. There's choices now. So now you really got to step your game up, and you have to put them through a whole lot of tests just to make sure, they with you for you and not your money. You know what I'm saying? And, to get on to those two things. So, I've realized at a very young age that, I'm handsome, I had model agencies. I did modeling when I was younger, come up to me and want me to model for them, stuff like that. So I tell you this to tell you that, I had girls flirt with me all the time. So I'm used to that kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? Even when I got older, I became a biker and everything, got girls stop me on my bike, want to talk to me, date me and stuff like that. So the reason why I'm telling you this is not to brag, is to tell you that guys like me who've been around the block, used to it, had no problem with being with girls, and think I'm capping, you can go to my video I did on this channel, sex tourism versus passport bros. It's, I don't know, it's like 10 videos down, something like that, and I actually show you receipts of the girls I dated in America. Okay, so let's get that all out of the water. All right, back to the subject. So guys like me that have no problem, and when we come here and we actually out, we look for a wife, we want to settle down, we're not trying to play the field. It's easy for us to turn down, temptation, girls flirting with, stuff like that, when we found the one that we actually want to settle down with, versus a guy who average look, maybe ugly, maybe just didn't have this shit together when I was younger, and even when they got older, they was only halfway decent, and they come here, and because they're a foreigner, they may be in some form of a shape, they're standing out, because hey, let's face it, women around the world want a guy to take care of them. Okay, this is facts. All right, so let's get that out the water. It's just the difference is the girls over here in the East is all about family and making sure that the family is happy, versus girls in the West want materialistic things, fancy cars, fancy jewelry, fancy name brand everything, what I'm saying, clothes, all that stuff, They're not really into that, too much of that over here. So, yes, they want you to have money, but it's only because they want you to be able to take care of the family. They want a better life, versus this is blow all the money on materialistic things. So now that's all out the water. All right, so, the guy that come over here is average or whatever, never had women chasing them down or flirting with them like that. They come here and they find a girl that, meet their checklist, and they're like, oh yeah, this is the one, I'm gonna marry her, settle down, be all good, and all that. Then they have these other girls flirt with them, and they're like, what, you, me? Oh. Now they're thinking in their head, I never had this before, I don't know how to deal with this, you know what, I don't want to blow this opportunity, I'm gonna do it. And then they wind up doing it, they get caught, and it's easy to get caught out here because everyone know everyone know everyone who know everyone. And cheating over here is a big deal. Like, that is like a crime, okay, literally. So, they see you doing it, word spread, it'll go right back to their fiance, wife, whatever, and problem. So this is why, those things go down, you know what I'm saying? So, you really got to come over here and have your shit together, know what you're doing, know what you want. If you come over here with the ideal of, look, you don't know what you want, you just want to date a whole bunch of different girls and to try to see what you want, tell them. It's all right. It's not going to chase them off, trust me. They're going to actually do more to try to show you that they're the one for you to settle down with. Let them know, look, you're not looking for nothing serious yet, you don't know what you want. You just, you're gonna date to see, how they are, and, be upfront, So, with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed this reaction. I'm quite sure you did by now, but like the video. And then I'm just gonna have to keep reminding you, subscribe, because I get crazy amount of views on my video, and my wife be like, "Hold up, you got 1,000 views in this, 1,000 views in this, 3,000 views in this, but they're not matching the subscribers." And I'm like, I know, that's crazy. I tell them subscribe all the time. I don't know what to say. Got crazy amount of likes on my videos. Come on, subscribe. It's real easy. Just hit that subscribe button. You know, there you go. I know you can do it. And hit that bell icon so you get a little notification. So next time, I decide, I think I'm gonna do a video today, and then you'll get the notification and you see the new greatness that I blessed YouTube with. All right. And with that all said, I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.
Hey, how you doing? I'm making this video to tell you about something completely great, fantastic, just for you. So, if you're a foreigner that's trying to come to the Philippines to visit, or see the great views or whatever, or hey, maybe you met a beautiful Filipino on Christian Filipino, Filipino Visa is what you want to use, okay? The link, by the way, will be in the comment section as well as on my page. Back to it. So it's this great service that's provided that will help you out. And hey, maybe you want to bring your Filipino to your country. They help you with that too. They pretty much can get you any visa you're trying to get your hands on, except for a work visa. But other than that, man, listen, it is on the table. They got you. So, why not? Just click the link, fill it out, and let them know what you want to do, and they'll help you better than any other service that you can find. I'm telling you that. So, what are you waiting for? Come to the Philippines.